To find out more about the woman who the International Sports Shooting Federation has called the greatest female shooter ever, Transworld Sport travelled to Southern California, where Kim lives and trains. Hailing from a suburb of LA, Kim began shooting when she was 6 and was entering competitions at 10. She was introduced to the sport by her dad, who served as coach to his daughter throughout her extraordinary career.
My wife and I, we shot a lot. Like some people would go bowling or tennis or whatever. We'd go out and we'd shoot clay targets and hunt on weekends and on vacations. So when Kim was born, it was a natural thing for her to come in to the shooting sports with us and shoot.
Kim won her first world title aged just 13, and she remains the second youngest world champion in sports history, after Chinese diver Fu Mingxia, who won a world title aged 12.
Very nice.
To date, along with her 5 Olympic medals, Kim has won over 40 medals in major competitions around the world.
Well, I think all parents are very proud of what their children have accomplished in their lives. Kim, to me, has been a gracious winner and a gracious loser. Not everybody wins every time. And to me, that's the most important thing, is to be good in a sport and be able to pass it on to other people. And like I say, she's done amazing things in her life, and we're very proud of her.
Kim practices on the range almost every day for around 4 to 5 hours, shooting up to 1,000 rounds.
Some of the qualities that make, I think, great shooters are hand-eye coordination, muscle memory, being able to do it 1,000 times, nothing different. Being able to be aware of your surroundings, the elements, as I like to say, the wind, the lighting, the background, all those things play a factor in being able to see the target. Your eyes, those are all so very important in the shooting sports, as well as there's endurance, little muscles that you don't realize you're using, but that, you most definitely will feel in the next day or so.
Where Kim trains is a 100-mile round trip from where she lives, but Kim loves being behind the wheel. Cars are a big passion of hers, and she's built up quite a collection, which she was keen to show us.
So this is my garage behind me. Definitely have a few cars. I think I'm up to 16 now. There's only a few in this one, but why don't you guys come and check it out? This was the very first car that I got and I actually restored. It's a 1965 Ac Shelby Cobra. It's a kit, has an original 427 side oiler. It's been stroked with a 428 crank, has 454 cubic inches, has all the bells and whistles, braided stainless steel lines. Every part on it is exchanged for stainless steel and buff to a mirror finish. It's an absolutely gorgeous car. I put the number 9 on it for 9 lives because they were a very dangerous car, and because of that, the speed and the power, you needed 9 lives to drive them. So this is one of my fun cars, my first car, and will be one that I have forever. Over here, this is one of my newest cars. This is a 1928 Model A Roadster. It is a super fun car to drive. Probably has a top speed of about 40 to 50 miles an hour. And you got to do all the double clutching, all original. Beautiful car. Has a rumble seat that opens up in the back here, so you can actually have 4 people riding it. So you can see an extra seat for someone to sit in. Down here are some of the shells that I've shot through the years. You can see I've got 12 gauge, got a barrel of 28 gauges, and a barrel of 410s, some 20s, some 12s. And then these are the new Winchester box, actually, with me. I think it's better than a Wheaties. Actually, only 4 people have ever been on the face of a Winchester box. Teddy Roosevelt, John Wayne, the founder of Winchester, and now me. So it's a huge honor and very, very cool.
Kim, who's married with a young child, is the only daughter to Richard and Sharon. Whilst Dad is her coach, Mum handles her schedule, which has been busy since returning from London with that 5th Olympic medal. Along with classic cars, Kim is also an avid collector of children's books.
So this is my other hobby, which is collecting first edition children's books. And I do everything from first edition to the unusual. And I have a couple here I'd like to show you. So we'll start with the Wizard of Oz. I have a ton of Wizard of Oz's. This is the Road to Oz. Most people don't realize that the Oz books are actually more than just one book. It's actually a series. And this is one of the books in the series. This is a first edition, first state. And what makes it really interesting is that it's got really colorful pages. So as you thumb through, it's kind of rainbowed, which is really fun for kids. But my most favorite and one of my most prized possessions is a book that I actually got in London at the 2012 London Olympic Games, The Tale of Timmy Tippy-Toes. I'm a huge fan of Beatrix Potter, and it is a first edition, which is fantastic, and you can see some of the illustrations in here.
The oldest person ever to win an Olympic medal did so in shooting. Sweden's Oskar Svan was 72 when he won a silver medal at the 1920 Games. With this sport being one in which competitors can still compete and win well into later life, Kim could conceivably go on for many more Olympics yet. However, for the moment she's just focusing on the 2016 Rio Olympics. If she makes it onto the podium there, she'll become the first person to have won an individual medal at 6 consecutive Olympic Games.
Rio is definitely in my sights. As far as going for the record of 6 for 6, it's not something that I'm focusing on. It isn't why I do this sport. I do it because I love it. And if I happen to break the record, great. But it's definitely something that I have my goals set on, and hopefully we'll have the honor to be able to represent the country again. So Rio, here I come.